Hey guys, welcome to another Trade Genius podcast. Bob and Phil here as always. Today we're going to show you something cool. Bob has put together some charts of our Kona indicator, and what that is a great tool to be able to trade this market. So yesterday we talked macro about in the big ups and the big downs and when the warning signs are coming in for those. Well, this allows you to trade within that, and you can go long, you can go short within a macro cycle, for smaller time frame trades, whether it's during the day or maybe just even in smaller minute charts. But this is going to let you do that day trading type of setup that I know a lot of you guys like to do, and it can complement your larger swing trades. So you're not going to want to miss this episode. Check out this tool. It's really awesome. Let's dive in.
Trade Genius.
Hey guys, really briefly before we jump into this video, appreciate all the likes and subscribes, and if you can ring that notification button, that really helps us out. In addition to that, if you guys don't mind, head over to tradegenius.co, check out our specials we have over there. There's a number of different specials with different packages for all different experience types. If you're more into education, we have a package for that. If you just like to get into the room, primarily, we have a package for that as well, where you can see where we're calling out trades and things like that live, and also posting signals into our Discord signal rooms. So check it out, tradegenius.co. Appreciate you doing that. All right, Bob, take it away. Show us these charts.
Yeah, so what we have here, yesterday we talked about the macro with the Fed liquidity indicator, but inside the macro, there's a lot of micro trades that happen. You could be trading with the Fed liquidity, but not all stocks trade with the liquidity. That's, that tool is helping you out with the big indexes, but inside of that, there are trades. And one of the things that we've developed a long time ago, and we finally released it, we call it the Kona indicator, is that, when things travel too far from the center line, you get algorithms that like to push things back in. So this system is designed to look at a departure from the center line of 2.3 standard deviations. Our look back period is 144 trade intervals. So depending on what time frame that you like to trade, I'm showing you an hourly chart. It's looking back that far, and that's far enough to say, hey, if a move moves that far away in such a long time frame, then we should pay attention to it, because when you look at standard deviations, you're looking at 90% chance that 2.3% deviation will take you at least to the center line. And then all you have to look at now is a trade uptrending or downtrending. So I'm going to just show you some examples here. The purple diamond is showing you that it's pushed down into the channel far enough that we should pay attention to it. Our Kona indicator also looks at another proprietary indicator that we have called the heat indicator. That also has to fire within 5 bars prior or past, and you can set that to even 3 if you wanted to also say, hey, do I have confirmation on this trade? When that fires, then if you're in an uptrend, you should take the trade, set your appropriate initial stop, and in addition to that, I have a vol stop here that I also have set at look back period of 144 intervals, and then I look at a step function of 2. So you can adjust that to your own personal preference. And so then once you're in that trade, and that vol stop flips like it did here, you can be writing an hourly trade. In fact, that trade now has not broken it still, but it's starting to get flattened out. That's why we flipped on our SVXY trade based on liquidity, out into July. But this trade here is a 15.75% trade on the hourly, Phil. So that's a huge trade, and it's not unique. So another trade I want to show you here are actually another long. I'm going to show you BTU. As people know, I've been trading BTU for a while. I have shares of it. I'm holding it long term, but I was looking for opportunity to add to the position. I did so. Okay, I did so on this position here. It was downtrending, so I wait for the downtrend to flip it, and it flipped it. I went ahead and I bought 10 contracts long, and I'm still holding that trade. So now you're starting to see some Kona sells come in here. So all the Kona sells are informing me is that it traveled from the bottom of the channel to the top of the channel. And you say, hey, Bob, I see these red lines. It's not showing it. Well, what I did here was I just simply quieted it down here for color purposes. Okay, so you can see here, this is the channel. It's fixed in time. This channel here is dynamic, and it's here to show me the whether we're uptrending or downtrending over time. This one here fixes it in time. You can see it crossed down below, crossed above. The trade's still working. It's still above the vol stop. And so I'm still holding these calls until this thing gets violated, and then I'll look for another setup for it. But if you like to trade on the downside, is that you can look at a trade like TRMD. it shows a really clear opportunity here, is that you have a trade that hit on the top side. The trend is down, and so you can see how you get about puts here, or if you're long, you get out, and it pushed it down here. This was 11% trade. And then if you take a different time period and you go ahead and look at the daily on this, you can see here that now you're getting a swing long on this thing, so potential entry to go long, and then you can swing back the other way. So that's that one. And then the fourth one I want to show you is how we trade it with the leverage ETFs. So if you take a look at TZA, right, TZA is the short of the small caps, right, the 3x bear. We like to go ahead and buy puts on these ultras when it's downtrending and it hits the top of the Kona sell area here. And you could have went ahead and bought puts here, and you'd still be riding that trade down to about here. So that trade would have given you that first Kona hit. So let's say you've got it in here, you shorted it, and you got out here. That trade here was a 19% trade if you shorted it, plus you have leverage with options. So this would at least give you a double, if not maybe a 200% gain on your trade. And rinse and repeat. I think drip was another one I want to show you, and that trade would have pushed all the way down, and you would have got out of that trade here. Again, another profitable trade for you. Or what a lot of guys like to do is they like to go ahead and they sell credit spreads on these trades when they push out of the Kona and you have the it downtrending. By all means, this is the only trade you take. These are just simple and obvious trades. I like to short the triples, but as you can see here, you had a buy signal here, so you could have looked at, if you have drip, you could have looked at drop, and I think, oh, wrong one. The opposite of drip for the triples, you could have went ahead and shorted that one. So anyway, Phil, I want to show people how you can use this signal. The Kona is available for people, and it's a really great tool, and I think people would like it. It definitely is a great opportunity for you to take the trades. So there's just plenty of opportunities to take shots on these trades and just ride the wave. So I'll throw it back to you if you have any thoughts or comments.
No, I think it's a great, simple setup, and you guys will get the chart template that Bob has here, and he also has a training video that comes along with it. So check it out at tradegenius.co. But again, if you've never traded before and you're just looking for a setup, some foundation, this is a good start. You'll get the tools that you need, and especially if you're in the rooms and you can ask questions and things like that. So I think it's a good start to get going. Or if you have been trading and you're looking for something that can help you catch the swing trades, the hourly time frame is a great time frame. It's not too short, it's not too long. It's that kind of happy medium for chart time frames where you don't get too many signals and too many entries. And especially if you have another job, hourly is kind of like a nice time frame where you can get maybe a couple entries a week or more. And it really depends on what you want to do. If you want more entries, you can obviously step down to smaller time frames and get more signals. So that's the beauty of it. You can tailor it to how much time that you have available for screen time or whatever the case may be. So that's going to do it for this episode, guys. But again, check it out, tradegenius.co. Click on indicators. We'll put a link to it in the description as well, and you guys can check that out. Hope to see you in the room. Otherwise, guys, thanks for hitting like and subscribe. We got an exciting week next week, a lot of volatility probably in store for the markets. So stay tuned to the channel. We'll keep you abreast of what's going on, and we'll see you on the next episode. Take care.
Trade Genius.